Alright guys, so today we're going to do a recap. Today we traded a total of two stocks, MWK and UAVS. So we're going to start off with our morning watch list, our gap list. We had UAVS on watch around $330 range, 8.05 million share float, 6 million shares traded so far that morning, and it was gapping up 43%. So it was a pretty nice candidate. So here is the pre-market chart on it on the 5-minute. So of course here we could see that it made a move from 250 all the way up to this level, which is 350, pulled back to VWAP, and it started moving higher. Here was a high of 365. So that was on watch. It was heavier traded, so like it was crowded. There was already a lot of trades being a lot of shares being traded. So I wasn't too sure about it. I was kind of hesitant on taking the trade out of the gates. However, it did offer a nice opportunity from the gates. Entry would have been 365 for a gap and go. Made a move up to 425. Very nice right there. I hesitated on it, so I'll walk you through the trades that I did take. So on this one, I missed out on that first entry where it made the move up to 425. This is the 1-minute chart on UAVS. So it pulled back to VWAP, bounced back up, and here on this first trade, let's see, it made a move up to $4, and I was watching the dip. I was watching a dip buy on this one, so I ended up getting in around 375, 370 for a move up to about 385. And then the next trade was it pulled back, popped up here, and it pulled back, and it was setting up an ABCD pattern. So here, the ABCD pattern is a very nice setup. It worked very clean. I was hesitant to go heavier size on it, so I went in with small size. The correct entry would have been here at 385 on this level. Break of that candle for a move up. I got in around 385, sold around 395. Nice little pop. It could have held it longer for a bigger move, but I was hesitant because of the way it was trading. It wasn't as clean. Now I'll show you on the 5-minute that ABCD pattern. It was very nice. So here, you get your pop up, pulled back, popped up, pulled back, and on this candle to make a new high would have been the entry for a move up here. Okay, so that's the ABCD pattern. And the last trade on this stock was again dip buy, which it was hot right now. On this one, it didn't work as clean, or actually it did, but my entries were a little bit off. So it moved up to 515. It pulled back. It broke this support level. It flushed pretty hard, and all the way down to 419 from 515. Made a big drop. I tried to fill on this drop here. I was thinking it was already extended here, so it's gonna bounce. So I filled at 470. Kept flushing, flushed all the way down to 419. I tried to add on the bottom, but since my limit order was too high, I wasn't able to add because my limit order was set at $5 and below was 4 something. So I kind of messed up that trade by doing that. So I added here at 450 for a bounce up to about 455. So it was almost a break-even trade, maybe a small loss. And let's see, this was the first trade of the day, MWK. So MWK, it was not on the gap watch list, but it did it was spiking up in the momentum scanner. So pulled it up, and this one was very low volume, and I'm not sure why. Honestly, I got in this one. I mean, it popped up. It was I ended up getting in. Okay, so it popped up from 4, pulled back, popped up, pulled back, popped up, and on this pullback, this would have been the correct entry here, 419, 419, for a move up to 445. So nice move right there. However, it was popping up. I ended up getting in at 440, which was the high of this candle, very extended, and it pulled all the way back down to 417. So I was in pretty high, and I was like, okay, so now it's not about profit, it's more about managing your loss. So I was watching for the candle to make a new high so I can pop and so I could get out. So this one, as you can tell, it was curling back up. I was watching this candle to make a new high, 432, and as soon as it made that high, I stopped out. I got out for a small loss, and of course it hit a high 440 where my entry was at, pulled back, and it just made a move higher. This one was definitely tricky. The volume was very light on it, and so that's just have to be careful with those. Those will get you. All right. Well, those are my trades for today. This is the last day for April. Tomorrow, Friday, is a new day of the month. It's always exciting to see what the new month, what opportunities it will offer, and what will be hot and what will not. All right. Thanks for watching.